Hello! Welcome back to the Wrestling Newsroom. I'm your host, All Things Wrestling, and today we're going to look at all the wrestling news from Sunday. We start with the WWE executive fired due to his wife's anti-Muslim tweets. The Huffington Post had an article about how WWE executive Cena was reportedly released from the company due to anti-Muslim tweets from his wife, Amy Meckelberg. WWE issued a statement reading, "Now it has come to our attention, Cena is no longer an employee." Cena was hired by WWE in February 2017, had the job of Senior Vice President, Global Content Distribution and Business Development. Meckelberg, known as Amy Mech on Twitter, has become infamous for her politically incorrect tweets. One of the most controversial tweets, which has been deleted, read, "Opposing Islam is no more racist than opposing German national socialism or Soviet communism. It has nothing to do with colour or ethnicity and everything to do with a political theocratic ideology that demands submission or death of the infidel, elimination of greys or submission of women." Controversial, as you can see. She did tweet a response to this saying, "Alert, I need your help, this is shocking. Contact the HuffPost and demand reporter Luke O'Brien stop endangering me and my family. He has threatened to reveal my identity, putting me and my family at great personal risk, but is much worse than you can imagine." Your name is there. Everyone knows your name. Apparently O'Brien has officially harassed her husband and loved ones for having opinions different than his and supporting real Donald Trump. O'Brien went so far as to contact my husband's employer and had him fired because of my opinions and my fights for Jews to exist. Are you insane? She's talking like she's in the 40s with fucking Hitler. To fight for Jews to exist. She is batshit insane. I'm just putting that out there right now. I'm not going to read any more, but her views are very controversial. I'll let you believe if you think they're right or not. I don't think they are. But yeah, I don't think he should have been fired for her opinion. I don't agree with that at all. Because it's her, not him. It has nothing to do with the company whatsoever. So I don't feel like he should have been released for that. But that was WWE's opinion. I'm just reading through more of the stuff she said, and oh, for the love of God. It's just mental. She's actually insane. But anyway, let's move on to another less insane story. There's been recent reports that John Cena and Nikki having gone back together. A rep for Nikki issued the following statement saying, "Nikki and John are working on their relationship and taking it day by day. They appreciate all their fans and their continued support." Yeah, it now leads into my next thing, which, where is it? A source for StarMagazine.com notes that a lot of people suspect the split is a publicity stunt. It was for the third season of their TV show Total Ballers. It seems to be a big coincidence that John and Nikki broke up right before the season premiere. A source was also told that a wedding is still coming. Whether this is true or not, we'll have to wait and see. Then we go to the next bit of update on the CM Punk Dr. Chris Mann trial. Chicago Tribune reporter Gregory Pratt was in attendance for Friday's court proceeding in the case of CM Punk vs WWE Dr. Chris Mann. He said, caught much of Colt Cabana's testimony this morning. CM Punk, there was key points testifying about the podcast, how the interview came out, and their wrestling stories. CM Punk took the stand mid-morning. His attorney asked if there was anything he'd changed about the podcast. He said he swore a lot on there and wouldn't today. Acknowledged being bitter then and wrestling being his whole life. Lots of things on the podcast he just doesn't care about anymore. Why did he do the podcast? He left WWE and hadn't told his side of the story. The company have made statements about him kind of like going through a divorce. I just wanted to set the record straight for my fans. The podcast was met was meant to be his truthful story. It was just two friends talking, he said, referring to his longtime close friend Colt Cabana, who often saw each other daily when they were in town. Punk testified on his health from 2013 to 2014, said it wasn't good, headache, sleepiness, dizziness, neck couldn't support head, nausea, cranky. I'm sure I wasn't fun to be around. Shortly thereafter, they went on the lunch break. From Colt Cabana's testimony, Punk texted him that he wanted to do the podcast, so they met at Punk's house, likely within a couple of days. It came together fast. Colt Cabana wasn't surprised by anything Punk said. He said, I was living in the situation he was going through. Cabana said Punk had shown him the lump on his back while he was wearing camo shorts he wore every day, which made just about everyone laugh. The attorney then brought out the shorts. The lump, he said, was disgusting, discoloured and raised. While recording the podcast, Colt said he never thought anything said Punk was a lie. Punk said was a lie. The motivation for doing the podcast, I thought it was a wild story and people deserved to hear it. There was a lawyer fight between a man and Punk's reps over a video of CM Punk laying after going through the table. A man's counsel didn't want the video to show Kane's joke slamming Punk through the table. Okay, I'm going to say this now. It's not good that your counsel doesn't want to show the evidence of somebody who may have had a concussion going through a table. Just going to say. The judge said he didn't know who Kane is. The attorney said the big man with that shirt. That moves me. On the lighter notes of the testimony, they went through the history of Punk's name. He confirmed CM stands for Chig Magnet. Member of the first opponent after hitting someone with a roll of coins. All I'm saying is I got a lot of sense. A man's won relative objection. He and Cabana became friends early despite being polar opposites. Cabana, college educated, CM Punk wasn't. Different economic brackets, but brought together by the love of wrestling. Punk explained his character, saying it was heavy on straight edge, no drugs, alcohol, subculture, and made no excuses for who you are. When a good guy focuses on a core good guy values, when a bad guy gets a little preachy, like call for cutting off beer sales if he wins a match. And that is the latest we have. We will probably have more tomorrow, because I don't believe they do court proceedings that much on the weekends. I may be wrong. They may have been there today, but there's no news that have come out now, so they might be doing it on Monday, maybe. I'll have to wait and see, but I'll keep you updated. Then, former WCW champion might be coming out of retirement. David Arquette. Yes. He said, 18 years ago I won the WCW Heavyweight Championship bout and everyone freaked out. I was promoting a movie I did called Ready to Rumble and it just happened that I won the championship, but for 18 years I've been trolled on the internet and people have attacked me. I just want to bring some respect back to my name. I get that, because it was quite a stupid moment, dude. It really was. Then we have a horrible story to report. CBS Philadelphia police are investigating the death of a man and woman that was an apparent murder-suicide. The man has been identified by various outlets as former ECW and CCW, Combat Zone Wrestling, star Chuck Williams, aka Rocking Rebel. We do have a bit of an update from a proper statement from the police. The police department has said the statement that the initial belief is that Williams shot and killed his wife and then later killed himself. So as of now, there is still an ongoing police investigation to find out all the factors in this story, but it's a horrible situation. It's not too dissimilar to the Chris Benoit tragedy of 2007. Luckily, there was none of their children involved in this incident, which we can all be thankful that they did not fall wrath to the killer. Whether it was him or her, there's still been no 100% confirmation from the police. This is just their belief at this time. So I'll keep covering the story and let you know the facts as they come out from the police. My thoughts and prayers go to the family and the children that were left behind in this tragic incident. then we move on to another nice story. Islamic militant group Al Qaeda has warned the Prince of Saudi Arabia that WWE events are sinful. Yes, seriously. Their statement said an era of Mohammed bin Salman replaced mosques with movie theatres. Foreign disbelieving wrestlers expose their privates on most of them was a sign of the cross in front of a mixed gathering of young Muslim men and women. The corruptors did not stop at that. For every night, musical concerts are being announced, as well as movies and circus shows. Fucking hell. I don't want to go into the whole Al Qaeda thing, just they're batshit insane. But obviously the country's going through a radical change, as they pointed out in that statement. Not saying what they say is right, I'm just saying it is a fact that they are going to more of a modern culture. Then we go to Azuchio Okada's top 3 wrestlers in the world right now. He said Kenny Omega, Naito and Will Ospreay. Aside from myself, those 3 are what makes New Japan the best promotion in the world. I couldn't agree more with him. I'd add a few more names into that list, but Omega's fantastic, Naito's doing some amazing work, and Ospreay, oh my god, Ospreay's fantastic. One of the brightest stars in the world right now. And now we go to Nikki Bella responds to a fan on Instagram that has been accusing her of doing worked breakups with John Cena to increase views for Toba Bella shit. Used to be a huge fan, but your breakup was too coincidental. It just seems like it was all for ratings. Very disappointed. Nikki said, sad that my breakup has to be good timing for all of you. I forgot I'm not allowed to just live my life. What blows my mind is that people like you wouldn't even think I'd do this for ratings or a show. Don't you think a wedding would have been a much better job? So unreal. Done with the hate. So happy I have the Balor Army here, and that is so loving and supporting. I'm going to point this out now. It's not hate, Nikki. It really isn't. You are a reality TV star. It's very coincidental. You try to live your life. You have cameras on you filming a TV show. And you refilmed half of your season to fit around this breakup. What do you expect people to think? I'm not saying she did or not, and I'm hoping she wouldn't do that. I have more respect for both John Cena and Nikki Bella than for them to not do that. But just thinking every single person that thinks it's a work is hating on her. It's just simply not the case. All he said is, I was a huge fan, but I'm very disappointed that it just seems like it's for ratings. He didn't even say, you did it all for the ratings, you're a terrible person. He just said, it seems disappointing, it looks like it's for ratings. He wasn't even that negative. Oh, bloody hell. This wrestling world is absolutely insane at the minute. Ooh. Anyway, I'm going to end this episode here. I do hope you enjoyed the Wrestling Newsroom. If you have, please give this video a like. Please support me on Patreon. Link in the description below. Subscribe to more content, and I'll catch you later. Bye.